I do have to do a side note though, because we are talking about DAs and you brought her up.
Oh, let's do it.
There was a kind of shady news conference that took place last week in Oakland with her and the new police chief. I forget his name. And she brought this thing and she said, when she said she lives on Lake Merritt, and when she looks out of her window, she doesn't see anyone walking the lake. And she said, we have to do something about that for public good or blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what is she talking about? Because I live on the lake and I see people on the lake all the time. When she says people, what does she mean? And it took me a minute. I was like, oh my God, does she mean like rich white people? Because we have those people here too. It's just that we have a very diverse lake walk that's going on here. It doesn't look like, you know, a Walmart ad or some shit. Like it's pretty diverse, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, but what is the intent of that? And the thing I started getting nervous about was, and I actually reached out to people on social media, like, what do you think she's intends to do if she's saying that there's not enough people on the lake? And someone who I suspect is Gagan Biani of Empire Oakland responded to me. And he was talking about two things, dirt bikers and security guards at the Arizmendi. Over the past, like, say, 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks now, there's been a security guard at Arizmendi, which is the food co-op on Lakeshore. And when I first saw it, I was like, why is there a security guard, right? But I didn't really think anything of it. But when I saw that Empower Oakland was aware of the security guard on Lakeshore, I'm like, well, how does that even happen? So I went and I asked the people over at Arizmendi, I asked a couple of workers. I was like, why did you guys have to get security guards? And I'm going to tell you this almost verbatim. This is just me reporting, okay? We can call them anonymous sources, but just because I don't know their names. Like, that's the only reason why they'd be anonymous sources. I don't know their names. So what's your name? What's your name? But I asked 2 or 3 workers. I said, why do you guys have security guards now? They said that normal looking people were coming into Arizmendi and picking fights. They said that one guy tried to jump over the counter, and all of this happened days after Barbara Lee won the election.
What?
Days after. They said the reason why I thought it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Has it been 2 or 3 weeks? It was the 18th. After the 18th of last month, there was an uptick in aggression and violence in this food co-op on Lakeshore. And I was like, okay, I said, can you clarify? Are you talking about homeless people? Like, no, not homeless people. Like people mentally ill or drug addicts, people just coming up with this. No, normal looking people you would never suspect are coming in here and picking fights with us. People you would never suspect are trying to jump over the counter and attack our workers.
Are they filming it too?
But I was so gobsmacked. I was just so damn gobsmacked. I mean, I'm sure if I really want, people probably do have some images on their phones. But I was just so gobsmacked when they said normal looking people. I was like, when you say normal looking people, you know what you're talking about. You're talking about Trestle Glenn types. That's what you're talking about. You're talking like Adams Points types. And I don't know why, because like the Pete's doesn't have a security guard. The Phil's Coffee doesn't have a security guard. Like, the not even the weed shop has a security guard. Not even, all those guys are safe. But Arizmendi is actually under attack. And they've been under attack ever since Barbara Lee won the election.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Did they support Lee? Were they like, did they have signs out in front? Because I know Arizmendi, actually, they have really great pizza, right? Like,
and super soups. The soups are great. Everything's great at Arizmendi. Everything's good. But I eat there about maybe once or twice a week, right?
Yeah,
but it's only on the weekends. Like, so for some reason, when there's a huge influx of people, there are a group of people who are normal-looking people who are picking fights with patrons, picking fights with the workers. It's just, and they specifically told me, they said, like, right after the election, that's when it started happening. Right after the election.
Weird.
Isn't that weird, man?
That's so weird. I hope there's, yeah. Oh, go on.
Oh no! I'm trying to put a campaign together for my local people. Like, is this woman proposing sweeps on our lake? Because we have vendors out here, we have musicians out here. But how many of them have her permits? Probably none. But everybody's welcome, and they're all welcoming people themselves. We actually have this gathering of drummers every Saturday, and then on Saturday night we have people who do this kind of like rave dance party on the lake every Saturday around the rotunda. Every Saturday. How much of that is permitted? I don't know. I don't know how much of that is permitted, but Empire Oakland is interested And Dixon, it seems like she might be amenable to it. So I'm trying to get my people together to be like, let's get ready to do some kind of anti-ICE activities if we have to, because that's just some weird shit. It's just weird. And she's beholden to Empower Oakland, even if they lost. So that's something which I'm trying to keep. We staying on the DA story, right? But that's something I'm going to follow up on. So,
that's really interesting too. Yeah. I mean, especially what the lake was the original Karen, right? The barbecue Karen too.
Barbecue Becky. Yeah,
barbecue Becky. That's right.
Yeah, we get him over here.
Oh man, but maybe that's what the whole thing is. It's just we want our lake back or whatever.
But that's what it feels like, man. That's what it feels like. They thought they were going to get it on the election, and when I went back to who I'm assuming is getting on it, because that's just an assumption.
Yeah.
But what I said was, it's like, you can't do a phase 2 when you lost out on phase 1. Right? Maybe this was what your plan was, if you could have deposed all of our council people. If you managed to get rid of Carol Fife, if you had managed to stop Latifah Simon from becoming congressperson, if you had managed Barbara Lee not becoming mayor, this is like a phase 2 act you guys are trying to do. But you didn't get phase 1. So what makes you think you're going to be able to do phase 2? You're not going to be able to do phase 2. And if you try it, the people who stop your phase 1 are going to stop your phase 2.
Exactly. That's why I think they got the OUSD in their sites right now too. Yeah.
Yep, they're doing the same thing over there, trying.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's a bad pivot. It sounds like
they're all doing bad pivots. We could do a whole show on how many bad pivots and bad takes these guys are doing right now.
Exactly,
it's ridiculous.
We could do a top 10.
Top 10 fails of the AstroTurf Network.
Exactly, it's kind of needed.
It might be. We have a show coming up. We're gonna laugh a lot on that one. That's gonna be a comedy. Everybody should tune in because we're just gonna laugh our asses off.
Totally.